Hello, everyone. Today, I'm going to be picking all the fights for UFC Fight Night Lewis versus Teixeira. Yes, you heard that correctly. We have a Derrick Lewis Fight Night in 2025. Derrick Lewis main event. Not at the Apex either. He has broken out. The Black Beast has broken out of the Apex. And he's on the loose in Nashville, Tennessee right now. All right, so all jokes aside, let's get into it. Let's get to picking these prelims 100% correctly, by the way. The first one we've got Fatima Klein versus Melissa Martinez. Now, as everyone watching should know, I'm not a hardcore fan. I'm a complete casual. So I have not watched Fatima Klein or Melissa Martinez fight. So I'm just going to go with the minus 1,200 favorite, although you never really know with these women's fights. I'm going to go with the minus 1,200 favorite, Fatima Klein, though. All right. Next fight. Another big lopsided fight. I'm going to be taking Mike Davis because if you've watched fucking Mitch Ramirez's last fight, I mean, this guy he got leg kick TKO'd by Thiago Moises. Unfortunately, Joe Rogan is not going to be here. We've got a guy who's susceptible to a leg kick TKO. We would need a crotch cam on Joe Rogan to capture the action there whenever Ramirez gets kicked in the leg. So fortunately, actually, he's not commentating on this event. I don't think, at least. I think he's just doing the pay-per-views these days. But thankfully, we won't have to hear, oh, man, that leg is chewed up. If you remember in his last fight against Thiago Moises, his leg was beat up. Obviously everyone is extremely sick of hearing that. But anyway, we're going to take Mike Davis here. Has gotten wins in the UFC versus, bum in the UFC. Minus 1,000 favorite. Going to go with Mike Davis. All right. Next fight. We got Kennedy and Zetu versus Vtor Walker. All right. Both of these guys are kind of on a good run. In Zetu, when he moved up to heavyweight, kind of piecing up these guys at heavyweight. He got, who'd he beat? Like Chris Barnett. Like a really old and injured Chris Barnett. I don't rate that win that highly. However, Vtor Walker is heel hooking. I mean, he's heel hooking fucking Junior Tafa and Don'Tale Mayes. All right, who does that to Don'Tale Mayes? All right. I'm going to pick Vtor Walker to get a third heel hook in a row. I feel like that would just be really funny. This is a big night for the heavyweight division. And by big night, I mean, you got your Junior Tafa and your Vtor Walkers fighting. So, big night. Big night for big boys eating big meals. All right. Next fight, we've got Lauren Murphy versus Eduardo Mora. Yeah. What is there to say about this fight that hasn't already been said? This is one of the most anticipated matchups on this card. I'm going to go with Eduardo Mora. I think this is a hardcore fan favorite right here. All right. So yeah. We're blowing through this right now. We are kind of blowing through this. All right, next fight to predict. We've got Chidi Enjoi versus Jake Matthews. I believe I watched a little bit of footage for this. All right. watched a little bit of footage, analyzed the footage a little bit. I was watching Jake Matthews. You know, he's got some decent striking, but he kind of has these moments where, like, he was, like, running at a much shorter Francisco Prado to throw a kick. Like, he was running at him and throwing a lead body kick, which I feel like was a little bit strange considering that he was much shorter than him and he felt the need to, like, close the distance like that. And he would just end up running into a punch. And I saw that a couple times and not doing it. And he would also not do any damage with that body kick. Like, he would just end up being way too close. So I'm going to go with Chidi Enjoi. He's got good Muay Thai, got some good striking. I think Jake Matthews is going to run into... I think he's going to run into a right hand from Enjoi and, get KO'd. Like, I feel like this guy, he has, like, good striking, kind of, but at the same time, like, he makes a lot of mistakes, I feel. And, so that's why I'm picking against him. Next one. You know, I have a hard time picking a fucking guy who was at welterweight and lost to fucking Michael Chiesa. All right. I mean, that's kind of an unforgivable loss. I know Chris Curtis is, like, not at his best and doing a bit of a weird, like, pose here. You know, he's puffing out his chest a little bit. But I mean, this guy, Max Griffin, lost to fucking Michael Chiesa, who, you know, is extremely washed. He's kind of going on a bit of a Mickey Mouse run where he, you know, Chiesa, Mickey Mouse run, beat Tony Ferguson and fucking Max Griffin. I think he's moving up, and I think he's going to get KO'd by Chris Curtis. Yeah, I mean, Chris Curtis, decent striking, trains with Strickland, you know the drill with him. Both these guys coming off a loss, but I mean, I think Max Griffin's loss is, like, significantly worse. And I know the whole lighter man skill thing is a thing, but I'm not gonna take that into consideration here when you're losing to fucking Michael Chiesa. All right, middleweight. You know, middleweight is a good division. It is a good division. It is somewhat strong. And, you know, Chris Curtis was recently ranked. So I'm going to take Chris Curtis by KO. Next one, we got an absolute fucking banger here. We've got Junior Tafa versus Tuco Tokos. Crazy thing is, you know, how did they find a fight that is favorable for a Tafa bro at this point? I don't know. But we've got Tuco Tokos. They brought up a light heavyweight that has not won in the UFC and went winless in Bellator. Then, like, got a couple of regional scene. Like, how this guy got on the UFC is I'm at a fucking loss for. Because this guy went 0-2 in Bellator, got a couple of regional scene wins, went on road to UFC, got fucking destroyed by Zhang Mingyang, and now is 0-2 in the UFC at light heavyweight, and now is moving up to heavyweight to somehow get fucking destroyed by Junior Tafa. So, yeah, I mean, this guy should not be in the UFC. I mean, that just speaks to how bad the light heavyweight and heavyweight divisions are. Oh wait, this is a light heavyweight bout? Holy shit, we got a Tafo bro moving down. I was not aware. We've got one of these guys is gonna fucking weight cut. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. regardless, Junior Tafa, I think, has gotten a UFC win. Tuco Tokos has not been able to get a UFC win. It doesn't make a difference for me. I'm picking Junior Tafa. You know, I mean, both these guys kind of have some WMMA records going on here. So, yeah. Kind of interesting. I will be interested watching this fight. It could be a knockout. You don't know. Next, we got Vtor Patrino at heavyweight now. I mean, this is a big motherfucker at light heavyweight. I mean, this guy is coming off losses to Dustin Jacoby and Anthony Smith. That Anthony Smith loss is kind of fucking like, it's unforgivable. It's like he just throws himself into a guillotine against Anthony Smith and ignited Anthony Smith's delusion into thinking that he was going to fight Alex Pereira. You know, he was on, I mean, Anthony Smith was one fight away, but that's a point for another time. However, I think you got Vtor Patrino, just big, athletic, kind of a good striker. I mean, got KO'd by Dustin Jacoby. I'm going to go with the lighter man skill here, and I'm going to take Vtor Patrino. I don't know. It's like those memes on Instagram where they're comparing Jamal Hill and Khalil Rountree and be like, who would you pick to win a fight? Unless you look at Khalil Rountree and you're like, yeah, obviously this guy. But the hardcore fans could explain to you why the guy on the right fucking destroys the guy on the left. I mean, these are both UFC fighters. Patrino going to have a reach disadvantage, a height disadvantage, but I'm going to go with Vtor Patrino here. But you never know with this guy. This guy could get fucking destroyed randomly. Could throw himself into a guillotine. Could fucking launch himself headfirst into a knee. So, you don't know. But I'm going to go with Vtor Patrino here. Next fight, we got Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Sharier. Sharier, however you say it. Both coming off losses. Nate Landwehr lost to Duho Choi, and Morgan Sharier lost to Nathaniel Wood, I think. I mean, both these guys kind of did not look that good in their last fights. However, in this one, I think Sharier has kind of cleaner striking than Nate Landwehr, but I think Nate Landwehr can just outdog this guy. Like, we've seen him kind of do that to, like, Ludovic Klein and a couple other guys where Landwehr just kind of outdogs him. He's got a bit of a reach advantage, bit of a height advantage. I feel like this just kind of has that Nate Landwehr win, that Nate the Train win written all over it. And I know Charrier's the favorite. He's younger. Nate Landwehr's kind of old, but I feel like this is just one that I just see Nate Landwehr winning. You know, I feel like this could be an exciting one too, though. I don't rate Morgan Sharier that highly. And you know what? I'm going to go with Nate Landwehr. I think he's going to fucking outdog him. I think he's going to outdog this guy. All right. I mean, you see this French flag right here, you know he's going to get outdogged. All right. So, next fight, I'm going to go with Steve Garcia by KO. Calvin Kattar is fucking old. He's like 37. He's on a 4-fight losing streak. He's been injured. He got some kind of knee injury, I forgot, against Arnold Allen. Got dogged by fucking Max Holloway. He's taking a lot of damage. I mean, Steve Garcia, KO machine. I mean, Kattar's got kind of a good chin. I mean, he's taken a lot of punishment over the years. I wouldn't be surprised if he got KO'd. He's at a reach disadvantage. He's at a height disadvantage. Which is kind of something he's probably not used to in this division. I mean, I know he did beat Giga Chikadze a while ago, but for the most part has not fought a lot of competition that's taller than him, has more reach than him. And yeah, I think he's just very over the hill. Probably, I mean, this guy might be on a Tony Ferguson type run. He may, if this is loss number 5 in a row, I mean, this is just really, you know what, now that I think about it, this is really similar to a Tony Ferguson run. Like, I know he did beat Giga after the Max Holloway loss, but like he got absolutely fucking destroyed by Holloway. The same way Tony Ferguson got destroyed by Gaethje, then goes on like a long ass losing streak. So we'll see here. I mean, I think this could be Kattar's last fight. You don't know, but I'm going with Steve Garcia by KO. Next, we got Stephen Wonderboy Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim. I'm gonna take Bonfim by submission. I think Bonfim's got he's got some good, like, decent striking. This is against old, super duper old, gray hair, 42-year-old Unk Stephen Thompson, Unk Wonderboy, Wonder Unk. Coming off a couple losses, I think Wonderboy has one win in the last 5 years, and it was like a random win where Kevin Holland was like had to agree with him like mid-fight, like, yeah, we're not going to wrestle, we're just going to bang it out. And obviously, okay, do I think Wonderboy could have maybe won a striking battle with Bonfim? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, his chin could be gone. We don't know. But, and even I'm on the fence about that based on the fact that his chin is gone. Maybe he'll land more volume, but Bonfim would just land a bigger shot and kind of put him out. But I think he's honestly going to get taken down and submitted. I think he's old. His ability to defend takedowns is going to be less and less. I think he lost to Shavkat. His wrestling ability, I feel like Shavkat's wrestling ability is a little bit overrated. And, he was able to submit Stephen Thompson, get on his back. I think Bonfim will probably be able to do the same. Stephen Thompson's a couple years older now. Picking Bonfim. Next fight, the main event. Talison Teixeira versus Derrick Lewis. This guy beat Talison Teixeira. He beat fucking Justin Tafa. All right. And, so I'm going to be picking old, reliable fucking Derrick Lewis. All right. Derrick Lewis, he said in an interview, he said, yup, I want to continue beating up on taxi cab drivers. I think Talison Teixeira, he looks like a Uber driver who could be saving up for some kind of hair transplant. You don't know. He gets one KO win. I know he's undefeated, but he gets one. Alvin Hines is fucking undefeated. If he got one win over fucking Janata Deniz, would he be fighting a ranked opponent? Like, I don't fucking think so. But it's just dumb. This just shows the state of this division right now. It's absolutely in shambles. Derrick Lewis has had a tough time with tall opponents like Volkov, but I don't think this is Volkov. This is nothing like that. I know Derrick Lewis is an underdog. I'm going to be picking fucking Derrick Lewis by KO, right? We have to see the whole fucking routine again. My balls was hot. Where he's taking off the fucking shorts and being around in the fucking underwear. You know what? It's fine. Fuck it. Prevent us from getting this fucking random in the rankings right away, bro. All right? Prove that these prospects got to fucking work for it. Okay? So, yeah. Those are my picks. I got Derrick Lewis, Gabriel Bonfim. I got Steve Garcia, Nate Landwehr, Vtor Patrino, Junior Tafa, Chris Curtis, Chidi Njokuani, Eduardo Mora. I got Vtor Walker, Mike Davis, and Fatima Klein. So, yes, I think this is going to be a good I mean, I feel like, actually, this is a bit of an underrated fight night. Like, it's not. I mean, it's not great, but it's it's not too bad actually. It's kind of got some like decent like name value guys, but guys who are also. I mean, some of these guys are very like over the hill. Like, honestly, I mean, Talison Teixeira should not be fucking ranked. Probably not. Yeah, and Derrick Lewis. Derrick Lewis could be ranked. I mean, this division is so fucking ass. I mean, it's not surprising Talison Teixeira is ranked. But, Stephen Thompson probably shouldn't be ranked. Calvin Kattar probably shouldn't be ranked. And that's all the ranked fighters on this fucking card. If you really think about it, only one of these guys even deserves to be ranked. You could. I'll say Derrick Lewis deserves to be ranked in his division. Yes. There's one ranked fighter on this card. I take it all back. This card's ass. Yeah. So I will be watching. I probably will be in and out of consciousness during this. So I may miss some of it. I don't think I'm going to be making a fucking immediate recap video like, holy shit, what the fuck did Derrick Lewis just do to Talison Teixeira? I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I think I'll be going to sleep right after. This is going to end at like fucking midnight. So yeah, I will be going to sleep right after. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you for watching.